Welcome to Popcorn Planet. I'm Andy Signore, and Gina Carano has finally responded publicly after being fired by Disney's Star Wars as Cara Dune, and man, she's coming back hard. I have some real thoughts I want to share about all this. Before I do, though, let's get to the story at hand. So Gina Carano is now back. She retweeted that she's announcing a new movie project with Ben Shapiro's Daily Wire. They can't cancel us if we don't let them. And here she is making her first tweet back. This is just the beginning. Welcome to the rebellion. She's teaming up with Ben Shapiro, and they are going to be making a movie here. And while a lot of people are already sort of knocking her and say, oh, no, look, she's making it very clear. Daily Wire is helping me make one of my dreams, to develop and produce my own film, come true. I cried out and my prayer was answered. I'm sending out a direct message of hope to everyone living in fear of cancellation by the totalitarian mob. I have only just begun to use my voice, which is now freer than ever before, and I hope it inspires others to do the same. They can't cancel us if we don't let them. Bravo, man. Look, I know a lot of people don't politically agree with her and they're frustrated by some of the things she said, but why have we gotten to a society where we can't agree to disagree? The reality about Gina Carano, and I've said this a bunch, there's like a Mandela effect about her. She has said things that if you have a problem with her, it's because you have different view of politics. Nothing she has said has been hateful, anti-Semitic, against any sort of communities. She supported Black Lives Matter. If you actually go do the homework, she hasn't hated anybody. The only hate that's come in is from her detractors. In fact, her detractors have gotten, and now in success and celebrating that night, she's fired, she's out. Where do you think she's going to go? This idea that they can just push us out of society and celebrate our cancellation, it is sickening, man. And I applaud Gina for having the strength to get back up and get a gig that, let's be honest, it's going to pay her really well because she's going to get paid directly for something that she's producing and has a piece of. Yeah, Disney Star Wars has a big platform. I get it. Spin-off show. There were opportunities there. It's seemingly big, but I'm sure they're not going to pay her as much as she's going to make now on the conservative circuit, on her projects, direct support after everything that she's been through. She's probably stoked right now. What I've learned is at the highest levels of my career, even as ScreenJunkies, as disappointing and frustrating as it was to lose it all, it wasn't that. It was the downfall after, just everyone turning on you, everybody piling on to just kick and kick and kick while you're down. Any justification to sort of hate on you for having a difference of opinion or just believing what they've read. And then even when you come back to take accountability for the things you did and apologize and try to own things like I did, it's never enough. It's never enough. You're always going to be deemed as the person that they think you are, the lies that were thrown out about you, and the things that you've grown years later. You're never, ever going to get a fair shot from some of these people. So it's just opened my eyes to look. When Gina first came out and said what she said, I don't agree with everything Gina shares, but I will fight for her right to have that different belief. Now, at the same time, look, Disney does have the right to fire employees if they don't think it goes against their brand. But what the biggest frustration is, they have such a double standard. Pedro Pascal, as I've reported in my previous videos, go check it out, has said things equally as bad. But look at this double standard. I just want to show how ridiculous this is. I talked about this in the last stream, but I feel like it's important to bring again. Here's a fan here getting support. Star Wars cannot, by definition, be for everyone if people like Gina Carano are allowed to be in it. Fire her. And then can we get rid of Rosario and Bill Burr too, please? I'm tired. Well, Claudia, no, you don't get to decide who's fired from Star Wars just because you're tired of them. Bill Burr, what did he do? Rosario Dawson, because of that false claim that has been proven to not have happened? I mean, these people it's never enough for these people. All they want to do is condemn and cancel. And look at this thing from Josh Gad. Now, he doesn't call out Gina directly, but Josh, come on. This was a unsubtle dig at Gina Carano. You posted this as Gina was in the heat of it all. That was everywhere. Everyone only was talking about Gina Carano, and then out of nowhere they announced Pedro Pascal was going to headline The Last of Us in the middle of the night on a Wednesday, which tell me that's not a misdirect. And so he goes out and says, love it when good things happen to good human beings from the hit show The Mandalorian. Oh yeah, we can't see through what you're trying to do there, Josh. That's cool. So Gina's not a good human being? This is disgusting because you disagree with her politically. I like Josh Gad. I don't want to put him on blast, but he's out there so aggressively fighting anybody who is conservative or has voted Trump as the enemy. That how are we ever going to come together to fight? Where are these people supposed to go, Josh? To everybody. Where's Gina supposed to go? Thank God she has a platform and now support from the other side. But now we're only making this us versus them even worse. Why can't we have conversations about what Gina posted and have a very thoughtful conversation about, the fact that I do think the comparison that Gina was making, that it wasn't her words, something she shared. Look, I personally have said it. I do believe the comparison was insensitive. I think it was poorly worded. At the same time, I hear where she's coming from. The ideas what she's saying are being proven right now. Now, I don't think it's the same thing as what happened to the Jews in World War II. By any stretch of the imagination. I think that's too extreme of a leap, personally, and I can understand why some people are upset. She didn't say anything against them. She didn't say anything anti-Semitic at all. People just take it that way because politically they don't agree with her or emotionally they don't agree with her. That's what's happening. It is this Mandela effect of things where she has never said she was anti-trans or against supporting the insurrection, all of these things that people keep hitting her and saying that she's done, these hateful things that you've said she's done. Show me the direct hateful stuff she's said. She said things you don't agree with. She posted, meanwhile in California with 10 masks on her face. I'm sorry, that's funny. That's funny. Fauci himself questioned masks in the beginning and then changed his tune and said, of course, we need it for the... And I wear a mask. I'm not anti-mask. But my God, people are frustrated and confused and they're allowed to ask questions. It doesn't mean we should be canceling them and pushing them outside of society. And anybody who's doing it, Josh Gads, etc., come on, we're better than this. That's why half the country voted for somebody that we don't agree. I didn't vote for him. But I've met a lot of people I know aren't racist and awful people for voting for him. They just have different beliefs. And everyone's saying, Andy, oh, well, the different beliefs. Oh, well, what? Oh, they're hateful beliefs. Sure, some of them. But show me where Gina's shown hate. That's the always jump. You want to jump and label and generalize everybody, but show me where she showed hate. You can't. You're gonna extrapolate. And you're gonna make it general. You're gonna generalize what she said, and you're gonna imply what she said. She's not said any hate towards any group. The only hate out there is the bullies that Star Wars won't defend her against. But they'll defend everybody else if they're on the other side, no matter what they've done. Look, the double standard is insane. Here we got a beautiful story about Pedro Pascal and his goodness and support for inclusivity. And the next we're reminded that Gina Carano is a lizard brain and should not be trusted around human beings. I mean, what? 10,000 people! Pedro Pascal supports inclusivity? Are you bonkers, Richard? Comparing anybody who wears a MAGA hat to Nazi Germany? That's inclusivity. I have family members who voted for... I haven't voted for Trump. I don't hide that. Trump blocked me on Twitter. I am not a Trump fan. I don't like a lot of what he's done. I'll be honest. But that doesn't mean I can't understand why some people have supported him for their conservative beliefs. Now, I think come January, he crossed the line, and I look, that's my personal beliefs. We're all allowed to have personal beliefs, but you're not allowed to judge me for mine, and I'm not allowed to judge you for yours. Now, if I see you out there spewing hate, literally saying, I hate this group, and I hate this group, and this group doesn't deserve this, then yes, cancel that person. Fine. Call that out. That deserves to be called out. But show me what she said specifically. Her statement about the comparison to me was insensitive, but she didn't say anything anti-Semitic. People are just putting that in themselves. She's never said anything hateful. That's why I defend her and why I'm so frustrated by this. Where are we pushing all these people that we disagree with? Where are they going to go? We all live here together. What is the ultimate outcome for this? It's so frustrating to watch some of this stuff. I mean, and I'm not, but it's just like here. So I support her. Bravo. If you don't let them cancel you, they can't cancel if you don't let them. That really speaks to me because I was canceled. And granted, I made some mistakes that I've taken accountability for, but I will be forever defined by the lies and the things I didn't do. And I'll be forever kicked no matter till my dying day for, you're a predator. No, I'm not. No, I wasn't. Never did that. Flirted with some fans inappropriately. It was inappropriate. I shouldn't have done it. But I never crossed the line, and it's absurd that I have to keep defending myself about this. And I'm done. I'm done doing it. She's inspiring me. But here you go. Now the knock is to both Gina, myself, anybody when they get a win. Your careers have significantly degraded. Well, thank you, Drunk Superman. Your name's Andy made a mistake, but unlike you, Miss Perfect in every way, I can forgive him for making that such mistake because my whole life isn't about bringing people down and finding enjoyment in the destruction of others. You know who does that? Monica, you don't even see you're the bully you're criticizing. They're all over the internet. I mean, even before I did this story, I tried to get it out, and it's so much hate because I supported it. And hate towards her. This is a threat. The rebellion in question is McDonald's. I mean, these people are ugly. You're the better of society? No, you're not. You're terrible people. You're ugly people inside who just can't handle it. And so you will take whatever shots you can at these people. And it's sickening to me. Cancel culture is real. Just because Gina Carano has celebrity and the power and the strength to be able to get back up, and good for her. Bravo, Gina, for doing it. It doesn't mean it's not real. It doesn't mean it doesn't take its toll on others. She is an inspiration now to others to not let people cancel you for what you believe. And granted, yes, a lot of people, there have been people that have been canceled that I do believe deserve it, that have to take accountability. And some like Harvey, who that doesn't matter what accountability to take, they deserve, and they are in prison. Good. Deserve it. But not everybody's that level, and that's the problem. We always just lump them all together and assume the worst is the worst. And this is not the way. This is not the way. So bravo to Gina. I mean, they're already out there. She did not apologize. Look, what does she have to apologize for? Look, I do think it was insane. It would be nice to have her. I'd love to hear in a more long-form conversation explain what she was trying to say there. I would love to hear it. And I'd love to hear a critic of her sit there and try and have that conversation with her. Someone who can actually listen and be open to having that conversation. A conversation about that would be so amazing and important to us to hear both sides and hear where we are. But we don't want to have conversations. We want to push them out. We want to demonize them. We want to make them the enemy. I don't agree with everything she shares. I don't, but I respect her tremendously because all I've seen as I've followed her is positivity, support for good mental health. She does support inclusivity and unity. Like if you actually follow the bulk of her posts, that's all she shares is making sure people are checking off the internet once in a while, having good health, supporting each other. She's raising money. Her and Drunk C3PO raised like $40,000 to stop trafficking. On the same day, they're trying to demonize her. I mean, the hypocrisy out there is insane. And then they're all just celebrating. Yay, we got her, the woke win. Oh, I'm so disgusted. As a previous liberal, who I still consider myself mostly liberal in a lot of my beliefs, and coming to the middle and coming to Florida and talking to conservatives who aren't racist and phobic and all these things, you learn you gotta have conversations. You gotta learn to meet in the middle. You can. Now I agree. Look, sometimes people say things that aren't worth having a conversation with. I'm not trying to say everybody is worthy of a conversation, but at the same time, if you don't agree with somebody, hit the block button. Hit the mute button. If you don't like me or my take right now, if this is still a bad take to you, you have the right to unsubscribe. Stop telling everybody what they must do. It's your choice whether you want to support them or watch them. You don't have to be here. You don't have to support her. That's your right. But my gosh, she has every right, everybody else, to be able to put food on her table. And nothing she said warranted being blacklisted for the rest of her life from Hollywood. And it's frustrating because if you have a problem with her, why didn't you do it sooner, Disney? And if you have a problem with what she said about the Holocaust, then why don't you have a problem with Pedro Pascal, who's also made similar ridiculous claims and generalizations? And there's other people in the ranks of Disney that get a pass. But this double standard isn't right, and that's what gets me riled up and makes me mad. So again, bravo to Gina Carano. I support her. Look, some are going to try and deflect and say this is a downfall. Look, get clued in because she's now going to be paid directly. She's now the boss. Opening up your own business and having it funded by the people, far more rewarding than being stuck under the thumb of Disney for the rest of your life, who, let's be honest, isn't paying her the kind of money that Disney makes. So bravo, Gina, for using this and making it a win. And if you guys want the information here, Daily Wire is helping make as we said, they can't cancel us. The new project is part of Daily Wire's partnership with Dallas Saunier, his production company Bonfire Legend. They did what's called Run, Hide, Fight. You can get a 25% discount if you go join Daily Wire and use promo code Gina. We could not be more excited to be working with Gina, an incredible talent dumped by Disney and Lucasfilm for offending the authoritarian Hollywood left. This is what Daily Wire exists to do, provide an alternative not just for consumers, but for creators who refuse to bow to the mob. Said Shapiro, we're eager to bring Gina's talent to Americans who love her, and we're just as eager to show Hollywood that if they want to keep canceling those who think differently, they'll just be helping us build the X-Wing to take down their Death Star. And I'm going to hear. But even like it's even like this, she doesn't apologize. They focus on the negative. But even they at the end confirm she was under fire for insensitive social media posts. In September, she changed her Twitter bio to read "beep bop boop," which some people believed was insensitive, reference to pronouns. They're mad because I won't put pronouns in my bio to show my support for trans lives. After months of harassing me, which they did, facts, they bullied her like crazy out of nowhere. They bullied Pedro, and then he did it because he was happy to. Gina was like, I'm good, and they wouldn't stop. we shouldn't have to be forced to put our pronouns in it. I'm sorry, that's not something you get to do. That doesn't mean she's anti the group, but no, I'm not going to just do something thousands of people demand I do. No, it's not how it works. I decided to put 3 very controversial words in my bio. Peep, bop, boop. I'm not against trans lives at all. When people tried to explain to her, I didn't know before, but now I do. Pedro Pascal informed her. I understand why people are putting them in their bios. I understand now. I won't be putting them in my bio, but good for all of you who choose to. I stand against bullying, especially the most vulnerable, and freedom to choose. What is hateful about this? Why is she being hateful towards trans? She's not. She added another tweet. Beep Bop Poop has 0 to do with mocking trans and 100% to do with exposing the bullying mentality of the mob that has taken over the voices of many genuine causes. This is so important and nobody wants to hear it or accept it. That's what she's been fighting. And if you guys can't see the mob, go to her Twitter thread and look at the hate from people who, it's like, all right, she scoffed Star Wars, but it's not enough for them. They want to go mock her continuously on her own threads of success to keep demeaning and deflate her excitement. That's what this group does. It's never enough. It's always you're less, I'm better. You're wrong, I'm right. You're evil, I'm good. I'm way better than you. Why are you even here? You're never going to be the level you were. You suck. And that's not hate. What? Why is that okay? Why are we letting this happen? It's insane to me. So bravo to Gina Carano. I've said it. I don't agree with everything she says. I don't. Politically, we're different. But I love the fact that she's respectful enough that we can have that conversation. I want to be able to learn some of her other viewpoints. Maybe she'll change my mind. Maybe I'll change hers. That's the beauty of the country we live in, having the free thought to be able to exchange ideas. And she is not a hateful person. I don't believe it. But if you push her out, it's going to only make it worse. And, and anything, good for her. Now she's going to be able to say what she wants without any fear of what's going to happen because she's going to have the people's support behind her. And it's sad we couldn't be there already. Why are we not allowed to have different thoughts? You guys are making it hateful. She's not said anything hateful. You refuse to accept that because you're offended politically or emotionally. And that's the problem here. So look, say I'm a bad take or what, I don't care. I'm done fighting with you guys. I'm done not believing what I mean. I don't believe this was a good move on Disney's part. They had one person in there who was against the grain of everybody else. And she thought differently. And sure, I could see why some people are offended by some of the things she said, just emotionally. But then have those conversations. And if you're not going to have those conversations and you're going to move it, then you got to do it against everybody. You can't have a group that could be hateful towards conservatives, but then a conservative questions and says things and suddenly no, well that's over the line. That's ridiculous. And if you can't see that, you are part of the problem. It's got to go both ways or it shouldn't happen at all. And it shouldn't happen at all. Reality, it shouldn't. What she said shouldn't have gotten her fired. It should have brought in a very serious conversation and a pause so we could have to figure out, well, what did you mean? What are you saying? Did you realize, do you mean what you said? And I'm sure if we did, we would have had a very in-depth, important conversation to get to the point. And we might have disagreed, but we would at least had the conversation out, and then we would have more context behind things. And that's all I want to fight for in this channel and then moving forward. So if you like that idea, please hit that subscribe button. You can hit subscribe, hit the bell to get all the notifications. It helps because YouTube does not like when we talk like this. So smash the like button and leave a comment below. I'm sure it's going to get heated down there. Just know I respect you for your difference of opinion. I hope you'll respect mine. I hope we can continue to respect each other. And if you're going to be respectful down below, I'd love to hear it. So thank you guys so much for your thoughts. If you got something against what I'm saying, you think I'm wrong and you want to share it to me civilly, please send it my way. You know how to find me there or on social media. Thanks for watching, everybody. Have a good one. Take care. Why not click these too? These are more videos that you could click, even on your phone.